In this video, I'm going to talk about creatures and beasts that could potentially be made into the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch line. That's today on Nerdzoic! What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Nerdzoic! If you're new here, welcome my nerdy friend. My name is Matt, and this is Nerdzoic. On this channel, you'll find my signature blend of action figures, nostalgia, and just general nerdiness. If you like that sort of thing, then it's in your best interest to go ahead and gong the subscribe button and come back every Tuesday, every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for a new video. If you missed the announcement, I'm giving away a Star Wars Black Series 6-inch snowspeeder that's coming out here soon. Make sure you go over to my website, nerdzoic.com. There's a big banner. Click that banner, and you can go ahead and enter the giveaway. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything. There's a couple different ways you can put entries in. It's pretty cool, though. This is my way of giving back to you guys, because you're awesome. Again, it's nerdzoic.com/1K giveaway, or just go over to nerdzoic.com and hit the giant banner at the top of the website. June 30th, don't forget, creatures and beasts are a huge part of the Star Wars universe and overall mythos. We've gotten a plethora of them released in the 3 3/4 inch scale, but we've only seen a few as far as 6-inch figures go. We got a Wampa and a Tauntaun a few years back, and then recently we got a Dewback with a Stormtrooper. Generally, bigger scale means bigger price. As price increases, so does the risk to Hasbro for even designing one of these, because it costs money just to make the mold, let alone produce them and then have them sit on a shelf somewhere. That's one of the reasons we haven't seen more beasts and large vehicles in the Black Series collection, because it's risky to Hasbro. Crowdfunding platforms offer an alternative distribution approach that guarantees Hasbro makes its money back and makes it profitable, that is, if it fails, that is. So there's always a chance that we can get some of these, even though they are pretty big. Now, if you remember, I did a vehicle wish list not too long ago. Link right there. This one's going to be very similar, except it's going to be creatures and beasts, baby. The criteria for this list is going to be based off of assumptions that I'm making, using the size, scale, and pricing of the previously released Black Series beasts. Basically, I'm saying that it's going to cost about $6 per inch of plastic at the longest direction of the creature, depending on how it stands. I do some adjustments based on how big they are. Generally, a Black Series figure is 1/12 scale, but we have seen Hasbro kind of mess with the scale a little for larger things and go as far as 1/14. 1/18 being the 3 3/4 inch line. Sorry, I didn't tell you guys there was going to be math today. So we're going to look at 8 iconic creatures/beasts here, and we're going to discuss their size, both in universe and in plastic, and I'm going to estimate what the price is going to be using that $6 per inch model. I'll be using Wikipedia, it's a mouthful, for reference here, and I'll be quoting them to describe the specifics of these guys. Links can be found in the description if you want to learn more about these awesome beasts. Alright, let's do this. First off, I got the Verrat. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. So this was last seen in Revenge of the Sith. They're a species of majestic giant reptilian herbivores that were native to the planet Utapu. I'm probably saying that wrong too. They typically have blue and green crests and feather ridges along their backs. So yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is the thing that Obi-Wan rode in Revenge of the Sith when Order 66 was declared, and he was shot. Well, I guess he wasn't shot, I guess the beast was shot. Sorry, buddy! So in storyline, these things are 4 meters high by 5 meters long. If you want to take that and put it into plastic, we're looking at about 11 inches high, okay, by 42 inches long. Wow. Granted, a lot of that is tail, but that's huge, and that's even at a 1/14 scale. Now, if they made this, it'd be a great opportunity to throw an Obi-Wan in, and I could actually see it happening. It would probably cost about $99.99, but they'd seriously have to scale down the tail just to make this work. And because of that tail, I'm giving it a 10% chance of happening. Alright, next up I have Durrant. So this is the 4-legged dinosaur-looking thing that were ridden by the Jawas in episode 4, and they might have used them in episode 1, I don't remember off the top of my head. So in universe, these things were 1 meter high and 2.5 meters long, which means that in plastic we're looking at about 14 inches by 7 inches. So size-wise, yeah, I could totally see that happening, throw in a Jawa with it, but it's not exactly that iconic of a beast in my opinion. If they made it, you're looking at about $60, and I'm going to say a 25% chance of happening. Alright, next up is the beast that everybody remembers, okay? This is the beast of Star Wars, and that is the Rancor. The Rancor is the thing that eats that chick in the pit at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, I'd like you to summon your inner Rancor and smash the like button like it's one of Jabba's dancers and you're a Rancor. That sounded dirty, it wasn't meant to. I just meant hit like. Anyway, Rancors were actually semi-sentient, and they're from the planet Dathomir. Again, probably saying it wrong. Dathomir? It's Dathomir. Now, these things were huge, and they were actually bred to become predators, because I guess they originally weren't. Of course, the one we know about was Jabba's pet. In my mind, this is by far the most iconic beast in all of the Star Wars universe. Because of the size of this thing, I can't see this happening unless it's like a HasLab thing. Even then, I don't think it's very likely. Because it was 5 meters high and 3 meters wide. That means even if we scale it down to 1/14th size, we're looking at it being around 16 inches high and 10 inches wide. That's a gigantic chunk of plastic. That'd be huge. But it'd be really cool. Have them come with like a Rancor keeper, probably be around $250. Because I don't see anybody actually paying for it, I'm giving it a 1% chance of happening. Next up, we have the Nexu. So these were seen in Attack of the Clones in the arena trying to eat the grouping of Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme. So I have this guy in 3 3/4 inch, and I remember dorkily waiting at Walmart like halfway through the night because I saw the case sitting on a skid. And this is back when I was too introverted to just take it off the skid, open it, and buy it. So I waited and waited and waited and did laps in the store until someone finally opened it. Not worth the wait. Storyline size, these things are 4.5 meters by 1 meter. So in plastic, it would be like 13 inches long, which is doable. But since it's from a movie that people don't really care about, I don't really know if it's going to happen. Throw in a damaged Padme figure, and I guess you got a slightly better chance. All in, you're looking at about an $80 price tag. Chances of happening? We'll call it 28%. Way to go, Attack of the Clones popularity. Alright, next up we have the Sarlacc from Return of the Jedi. This is the ugly ass thing that they take to try to feed Han and his companions to. Yeah, so I need to do some research on this. So apparently a Sarlacc is like 100 feet long. We only see the beak and the tentacles. Interesting. By the way, it always bothered me that Jabba said that you would slowly be eaten alive in their belly and be kept alive for hundreds of years. I was like, well, if you don't live hundreds of years anyway, how does that happen? Turns out they explained it in the expanded universe. Basically, it pumped you with neurotoxins and nutrients to keep you alive so you could suffer for a long time. That's dark. Honestly, I really don't see this happening, guys, because it'd be weird, though. Maybe if you had like a box where the window was on top and you looked down, and it was like looking into the Sarlacc pit, and you look straight down and straight into the box, you have like the Sarlacc's beak sticking out. I guess that's possible, but I don't know. I just don't see this one happening. And you don't even see most of the creatures, so I guess we're just paying for a beak. So I'm completely estimating with this. I'm going to say probably be like 8-inch beak. I don't know. It's really hard to figure that one out. It's really more of a playset than a beast. Throw in a skiff guard with it, charge $150, which is a total shot in the dark, and I guess we have like a 5% chance. Alright, next up we have the Mudhorn from the Mandalorian. So this is the big dinosaur-looking beast that Mando has to retrieve an egg from in order to get the parts to his ship back. You guys know I love the Mandalorian, so I really like this creature. It was pretty big, though. I couldn't find an exact size, so I went back and watched that scene again, and it looks like he's about 2 times bigger than Mando. Assuming Mando's like average size, 1.8 meters, that would make the Mudhorn about 3.6 meters high. And again, looking at the ratio, I'm guessing like 9 meters long. Again, complete guess. In plastic then, we're looking at, I don't know, 10 inches by 24 inches, if my guess is right. Again, guess. But I think you can get away making him only like 16 inches long and still making him look really good. And because it's the Mandalorian, make him like a Best Buy exclusive and all the Mando fanboys like me will eat that thing up. Pack him with a dirty Mando figure, and now we're talking $99.99. I'm in. I'm going to say 40% chance of happening. We're going to stick with the Mandalorian here, and the second creature from that show will be the blerg, which is the beast that Mando tries to ride unsuccessfully at first. Scaled down, a blerg would be about 9 inches long by 9 inches high, so it's totally doable. It's from a really popular series, so I think that this is probably the best chanced beast that we have for as far as Black Series goes. Prepare for me to butcher his name, but throw in 𝐾𝐓𝐄𝐒, Nick Nolte, and you got yourself a deal. So blerg, Nick Nolte, $59.99, 75% chance of happening. Take my money. Last but not least, the last beast we're going to talk about today is the actlay. So this is the other beast from the arena scene in episode 2. This is the one that looked kind of like a crab, and to be honest with you, I feel like if you boiled him and ate him with some butter, he'd be delicious. I am like such a typical fat guy. I look at that thing and all I think of, oh man, I bet you he's really delicious. He's one ugly dude too, with 3 eyes and 6 legs, but I bet you he'd be good. Storyline wise, he was 3 meters by 4 meters, but because there's so much air in there, because most of him is made up of claws full of crab meat, that he's actually pretty doable in this scale. He'd end up being somewhere around 9 inches by 12 inches. Throw in the new Attack of the Clones Anakin and you got yourself a pretty good deal at $59.99. Because of the unpopularity of Episode 2 though, I'm going to say it's got like a 30% chance of happening. But I think it'd be a pretty cool figure if it did, and I think people would actually buy it. Alright guys, I left the estimated prices pinned in a comment below. Go take a look and tell me which ones you both want the most and you'd be willing to pay for. I'm going to leave my answer below as well, even though I probably gave it away in the video. I get a little enthusiastic. Don't forget about the giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning. Entries need to be in by June 30th, guys. Don't miss out on your chance to win. And if you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for, guys? Join Nerdzoic Nation, smash subscribe. If you need more conviction, though, check out the video that's recommended by YouTube that you're going to see on your screen right now. Until next time, stay cool, stay nerdy.